Yeah. That's my signature intro. Can you guys tell? It's the yas. I always have to say yas. Yas for everything. Every single little thing because yes. Anyways, hi guys. Welcome to This Era. The show that talks. Girl, what am I saying? The show that I don't know what I forgot my intro. We love that. What's my intro? Why did I have a blip in the matrix, sweetie? The show that talks about the many sides of me. Kevin, what is wrong with you? Guys, I drank coffee today in the middle of the day, and I felt some anxiety. Whoa, no, I felt fine. I love coffee. I made I don't know if you guys know this. I have an espresso machine by Nespresso. And I could make coffee, whatever. It's the basic machine, just a little basic boring machine from Nespresso, the one that has like two settings. It has like the espresso settings and the espresso button, whatever, and then it has a lungo, which is almost like a double shot. A lungo is like, I don't know how to explain a lungo. A lungo is like a certain amount of ounces. Let me do a quick a quick Google search. Lungo size. An espresso is like 1 ounce, and then lungo is 5 ounces. So basically the size of a coffee mug. I was about to say that one lungo is like almost like a cup of coffee to me. So I do love lungos sometimes. I think lungos are perfect for a latte. For me, like if I'm going to make like a Starbucks inspired latte, a good dark roast lungo would work. You can't just buy a regular espresso pod and click the lungo. It has to be a lungo, specific lungo Nespresso. Oh my God, I'm burping. A pod. Anyways, I went to a weird detour. I detoured towards coffee stuff. So I don't know why I did that. Guys, today's episode is a perfect relationship and the toxic side of people. I just wanted to quickly touch on relationship, not relationships as in, well, I mean, you could talk about relationship as in, like your, boyfriend, girlfriend sort of situation kind of relationship. But I'm talking about relationships like friends and like family, people that you meet, just little relationships like that. Because I'm almost about to be, by the time this is out, I'm probably going to already be 21 years old. Turning 21 this in May 27th. Yay for me. We love. She's old. Oh yeah, old gay. No, and what's it called? Yeah, T. And so yeah, I just want to talk about like relationship stuff, like just those sort of things. And bullying and people not being nice because people are annoying and I'm gonna cut a bitch. Thank you. Bullying people. Let's start. For me, my podcast is kind of like personal journals. So I'm talking about me because it's all about me. No. Let's talk about like young. When I was young, I know this sounds really annoying, but I feel like I was an ugly kid, and I probably was. If you're a family member listening to this and you're like, no, you weren't ugly. Yeah, I was, sweetie. You know damn well I was an ugly child. But I mean as in like, I don't know, like when I was really young, I was a really pretty kid. I could say that with the utmost gay confidence ever. But there was a point, I don't know what year, that I just looked like gross. Like I don't know what happened. Like it's like reverse puberty to me. Like I was like, what is that? An abomination. But people weren't ready for the puberty transformation that was gonna happen afterwards. Woo, we love. It takes time, sweetie. Don't rush. yeah, I was like really young, and I remember I obviously had bullies. Duh, like everybody has bullies, but they're very different, of course. They could be like very like bigger bullies or smaller bullies. Bullying. What is the definition of bullying? Like I know what bullying is, but let's just get a Google dictionary definition. I'm searching up bullying right now. Bullying definition. Bully is seek to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. Oppress, torment, browbeat, intimidate. These words, it makes a lot of sense. People were intimidating. I remember there was this one kid who kept like throwing shade at me in school. This was very young, but yeah, he would like always be like annoying. And you know what's funny is that he literally like his eyebrows were like shaped in a way that he looked like mad all the time. So I'm like, it's just funny that this like, it's always like, to me, it's like those like things in like a movie or like in some kind of show where they show like the bully and the bully's always like kind of mad. It's like that. Like this guy's like mad. And I do agree that bullies have some big insecurity and some problem. So I'm gonna agree on that they do have that, some sort of issue. Let me just quickly make a copy of this because I want to, I don't know why I didn't do this. We'll talk about a little bit on sort of bullying aspect a little bit, not later, but just in a little bit, because I wanted to bring up a certain someone from school that was being annoying. Let me just quickly do this. Give me a second. Okay, anyways, she's back. It's so weird to me. It's like a while, but to you guys, it's like, boom, she's back. We're here. Anyways, what was I talking about? I forgot. No, well, bullying. So, yeah, this kid was like, he looked like really like mad all the time, whatever. Luckily, there was this one person. I wanted to talk about this one particular person in most of my schooling through, where can I say here? It's so weird. Like elementary school and then high school, not middle school. There's a particular person. His name is Andrew. Andrew, if you're listening to this, who's been really supportive. And I wouldn't really, I wouldn't like, it's so weird that, like to me, this person who was my friend, he was one like really great friend and always has. I never had any issue whatsoever with this person. Has supported me in so many ways, including when I had like a YouTube channel, when content, whatever kind of content, he would support. Very and genuine support, not some fake support where you're like faking it, like, oh, that's so good. Like, no, like real, genuine support, not like some fake crap. I'm sorry. But like, if you give me fake support, I don't want that. Give me the honest truth, people. This guy was very genuine and he was a really great friend. And when I, at times, especially through, and especially in high school, this was freshman year, high school, PE, there was some annoying kids in that class, of course. I didn't look the best. And this person would always, and it sounds kind of weird because it sounds like I'm saying, oh, I can't defend myself. But he would defend me in a way. He would, like, I don't know how to explain it. He would, like, protect me, but not intrusively where it's like I rely on him to be protected, whatever. I don't know, just there. He was there. And I truly appreciate those kinds of people. And sometimes I would bring, like, the same sort of topic with saying, like I would say, oh, if they leave my life, I appreciate them for everything they did and they helped me through this and that. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like this person, like Andrew. He's not in my life, but I have him on like social media and stuff. Like, we've talked here and there, but whatever. And I have him on social media. But we're not friends, we're not like friends. But I appreciate this person because they have done little things to obviously be in my life, but also done little things like protect me from some dumb bully in freshman year. And that is something that I truly appreciate. So being nice really does go a long way. Even like for me, like him being nice like that has obviously clearly impacted me mentally, because I'm over here thinking about that, and I appreciate that. So if you're young and you're listening to this podcast, please do something nice to anybody in your school, in college, in workplace, because either they're going through something, or just it'll really impact them, in the future. It's such a weird thing. It transcends time, truly. When you do something nice now, that will transcend through time and affect the person later. And it could affect them negatively, or it could affect them, positively. Sweetie, I can't spell. I'm not saying anything right. So yeah, there's obviously been people who helped me like that. There's another person who I think I talked about this briefly. I'm not sure, but like I remember coming out to this person. He was my best friend, middle school, and he was just like so fine with it. I was expecting something big, but that didn't happen. But these people were so genuine, and whatever I was feeling was valid. And that is something that I truly appreciate. There has been some people that I consider to be toxic. And toxicity to me is like someone who really just doesn't give a crap. Like and I had that. I had people that are genuinely nice, who I have learned lessons, and I have grew as a person, but have they really do not care. And to them, this might seem like me saying, to them, it might be like, Kevin's sensitive. Kevin is he's just, he doesn't know. Kevin's sensitive, this and that, right? No, it's not that I'm sensitive, sweetie. There's one thing, I am sensitive, but being like genuinely caring is like a real thing. And if you if you're over here be like, you care about me now. I mean, you cared about me, you acted like you cared about me, but then you do some shady thing like later, like what, that made me question my relationship to you in the past. Like I would start bringing up things in my head about like, what the hell? So that means that all of this was crap. It just didn't matter, or what? And I hate that I would be there, or I would be supportive, but I wasn't receiving. And that's the biggest thing that I would also say, if I'm giving and I'm not receiving, I'm questioning the relationship that I have with you, because I'm doing the most for the relationship, but I'm not receiving anything. So that's to me, that's toxic to me. And it was hard. I remember I remember one of my friends, she's still my friend. I remember she was telling me these people are toxic, but I sort of knew that in my head, but I wasn't fully aware. I was aware of it, but I wasn't ready to move on. That's the biggest thing too. It's a habitual thing that you stay stuck on whatever you're living, you're comfortable, and you're not ready to move on. And it reached a point where I was saying to myself, this is it. I'm ready to move on. It sucks, really. But, I'm not saying these people, I don't talk to these people. There's so many people in my life, from middle school, from high school freshman year, sophomore year, a lot of people that I know that either were not toxic at all, they're just not in my life anymore, or people who just had a moment, but then they changed. There's one person in particular who was pretty toxic in my head to me, who was just fake. And I still kind of feel like they're fake. I don't know. And they changed. And I don't know, I'm saying that they're still fake, but they're probably not. And it's just me with this tainted, whatever, this filter of their their other version of themselves or whatever. I don't know. But these people, they come back and they're completely different, but it's not a bad different. It's a different that's like, oh, we can change. This person clearly changed and knew what happened and what was wrong and changed their own, their own habits. And here they are. And that's okay. I know there's some people that, are probably going to be like, oh, I hate this person. I'm never going to talk to them again. But really, like, I mean, I've had that too. But with nobody so far in my life, with nobody, I'm not like, if they need my help, I'm gonna do my best to try to help them like that. Cause there has been so many people that have been complete assholes but I've helped them, but they changed. Like they're genuine people now. And maybe some of them are not. They probably didn't change, but here I am. There's obviously like times that some people might do something extremely crazy and like, it's just like, oh, like I really just can't talk to them or I really can't help them. I get it, but yeah, like there was one in particular person in college who was throwing so much crap at me all the time, but I would also throw shade back because it was sort of like me defending myself. I was like, you're being annoying to me. Well, then look at you. And it's so funny to me because this person is still actually, I'm sorry, is still extremely insecure about so many different things. And the way I could say it is that this person is not, aligned with their true selves. This person is putting a fake persona to the world, trying to be something they are not. And it is very obvious. When something like that is very obvious, I really don't know how the relationships around you take you seriously. You're just not genuine all throughout. You are probably trying to be happy and all that, but it's just not working. This person not being themselves is genuinely, really, their aura is flying off of the chart, sweetie. You can just tell everywhere that they're not fine. And I'm waiting for this person to genuinely have a moment of change and say, hey, this is not the me that I'm seeking, and where's my real me? And like unlock that, sweetie. I'm gonna connect that to me, where I've had obviously a small moment where I was like, oh, I'm trying to be this fake person before coming out or something like that. To my family and to other people, it might not seem as though I was this other person, but to me, I really was. It was a fake version of me. And as soon as, I came out is when I started growing up again and being the real me. Obviously there's some ups and downs and things that I gotta change that are not good. But when I'm saying that I'm becoming the real me, the real me, I'm saying like I'm not like repressing like certain emotions. I'm not like pushing these like feelings down. I'm not pushing like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just being genuine as I can. And that is such a big thing in terms of like my own relationships with people. I think recently I had those kinds of moments of growth that's what helped push the removal of the people that are just not helping me at all. These people have helped me. And if you're listening to this, you have. If you're listening to this and I'm not talking to you right now as much, I'm either just not talking to you because I just genuinely don't message a bunch of people, or I'm not talking to you because I just did not feel safe with you and you did not reciprocate. And that's okay. And it's fine. You have your life. I'll be here if you need anything. I'll be here if you're not doing okay one day and you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I haven't been talking to you, but I'm not okay right now. I'm right here, sweetie. Like, I'll be there. Even if you hurt me in the past, but you changed and you're fine now, but you hurt me like a long time ago, I'm still here. It's not going to be something I'm going to be like, oh, you literally fucked up. I'm not going to talk to you. I mean, it just depends really. Like, obviously, there's some situations that you're like, it's extreme and you just don't want to talk to these people, right? But yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this, it's not that I hate you or anything like that. I don't hate you. It's just that there has been certain situations that genuinely wasn't like, it was just not okay. A friend doesn't do that. To me, a friend is someone who's really genuinely there and cares, listens, and just acts on like something. Not somebody who just says, "Oh, really? Okay, bye." Doesn't help at all. Like, that's just, no, that's not okay. What makes a perfect relationship perfect? What makes a perfect relationship? Is it perfect? When, to me, this sort of idea of a perfect relationship is like, I think there's no perfect relationship, but if a relationship is constantly, any kind of relationship, any relationship, whether it is romantic, whether it is friendship kind of thing, family, if there is genuine communication between these two parties, whatever, these two people, then that is a relationship. If there's communication, growth and change from that communication, changing those habits, not perfecting, but just being better every single time and listening and helping each other, lifting each other up. To me, that is a relationship that is quote unquote perfect. It is something that comes like the energy is genuine. I have had moments where these people that I'm with, right? These other people, the relationship is fine, but because the instability of like the communication is unstable and all of these things, a lot of, I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of like the relationship is wrapped up with a bunch of crap that you just genuinely cannot get rid of because there's no communication. When there's communication, there is so much room around the air. It feels like I can breathe and I can literally grow through the aura, or grow the aura, or grow, or like just breathe in any shape or form, any kind of dimension. Grow as in my aura growing as in the air that I can breathe, growing, and space for improvement, space for growth, and space for genuine communication and future outcomes, whatever. I explain this in my personal relationship in terms of, my romantic relationship that I have right now with my boyfriend. I explain this in a way where I say a root is growing, and it's like a tree. A tree needs to grow roots, and it gets like, you know how a tree works, sweetie. You know how a plant grows. The relationship to me is like just a little seed. It's a little sapling. It has roots, and every single time there's genuine change or some sort of awareness of, changing and becoming in the relationship, I feel as though, and I sometimes say it, not all the time, that a root has grew, that a root has, merged out of another root and just grew a little bit. And that is building a beautiful foundation for this plant, the relationship, to be stable in the long run from any kind of crap that's going to be thrown at it. Like a plant being, growing into an adult plant. The wind is going to blow hella hard or some kind of weathering conditions. But the roots are holding this damn tree grounded on the ground. And it's like that. That's what I mean by a relationship. There needs to be some very, very clear form of communication. And I'm not saying that my relationship with this particular romantic relationship that I have is completely not perfect. I'm not saying that it's perfect. And I'm not saying that the communication is 100%, but there's very clear communication. There has moments, obviously, that, it just takes time. There's moments where the communication is a little bit wonky and you just need some time to think. And then the next time we see each other, or the next time I talk to this person or my relationship, I would explain. So, I'm not saying that every single time there's very clear communication. There's obviously, those kinds of moments, but that to me is what a relationship is. Is there such thing as perfect relationships? I guess there is, to me, a perfect relationship. Oh my God, excuse me. To me, a perfect relationship is one that is in a constant state of allowing, a state of harmony and communication, and that is great. This is really good to me to sort of add in that I think I'm gonna have an episode called the harmony. Harmony is the state of allowing. Just by the way, but yeah, like I went on to a very deep route, huh? But that's what I wanted to say. I felt like saying that because that's what is this episode title? A perfect relationship and the toxic side of people. If there is toxicity, sweetie, I know it might hurt. It might hurt a lot to you, but you need to move on and get away from that. I'm not calling myself perfect. It's not like I fully got rid of people. I'm not saying I'm getting rid of them. I'm not throwing them to the trash, but I'm just distancing myself because I need a little bit of breathing room, because being around some sort of gross aura is just not helping my aura. So I need to remove myself. And if you're listening to this, and I've sort of distanced myself from you, that's why. I just need some space. I need some space because it just was not, I couldn't. Anything that I threw at you to try to help me, it was sort of like a call for help. Any sort of thing that I called for help was just not happening. It's just like your brain just did not get it. So I needed to physically just not be there, just move away. And it seems like these parties, these people have also done the same thing and have, it's okay. It's completely fine. Some advice that I have, this is great for, the end of the episode here because I'm going to end the episode very soon. But the advice of the day. Do I have any advice, any resources, tools, anything? The advice that I can give for today's episode is if there's genuinely no growth in the relationship, any kind of relationship, remove yourself, sweetie. I know that in your family, there might be not some moments within the family. Family is a whole different thing. It's a very different dynamic. But the rules could apply. Not rules, but this sort of situation could apply. Just remove yourself. That's the advice of the day, sweetie. What's making us happy today? For the What's Making Us Happy segment, sweetie, I keep forgetting about this goddamn segment. What's making me happy this week, this day, in general? I think opportunities around the corner. That's what's making me happy currently right now. What's making you happy? You can leave me. You can tell me, leave me in my show notes, or just tell me in any way, shape, or form, or just tell yourself that. I don't know. What's making you happy today? Think about it. Okay. I think I'm going to end the episode, sweeties. I hope I gave you a little bit of insight and you learned something from this. I don't know. I'm just speaking from the heart here. All right, people. Thanks for listening to this era. This episode felt long to me, but it's almost 30 minutes, which is okay. So that's fine. We can have very short episodes, 15 minutes long, or even an hour, which is completely fine. All right, before you go, guys, show me some love to your favorite podcast if you have not already by leaving me a review on Apple Podcast if you're listening there, or I don't know where else could leave a review, whatever. Give me a follow if you have not given me a follow. Thanks for listening to Season 2, Episode 5, and stay tuned for next week where I will be talking about being in alignment. And I think that particular episode is featuring my boyfriend, so that is awesome. We live, laugh, and love. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.